So I log in with the student one only. Okay, so I'm logging with the student one because he's an administrator. Administrator can able to change. So student one login. It's first account. Okay, next I put a full screen mode. I'm going to run caps lock I given just for viewing the text. Okay, disk mgmt dot msc. Can look at this one. So d disk, right? So sorry. Why disk management? Disk mgmt dot msc, not disk, sir. Not desk management, disk management. disk mgmt dot msc. Guys, are you able to hear my voice, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So I'm going to this one. So click OK. Let it open.
Sir, .msc means what, sir?
Yes, very good. .msc means Microsoft Console. MSC, Microsoft Console. So I went to disk mgmt dot msc, right? Mg, this one, mgmt management, disk management, msc means Microsoft Console. One more is there, mmc, Microsoft Management Console. These are a console only, less like a viewing points only. Okay. Till now you enjoyed with Linux. Linux is like when you learn Linux, it's a lot of confusion is there. But when it come to the Microsoft, lot of things to learn. No confusion, but lot of things are there. Very good. So actually I told, but I forget. Okay. So better always use in a full screen mode. So this is a disk 0 and this is a CD-ROM. Disk 0 means I have only one disk, right? This is a disk 0. 60 GB disk. It is showing 100 GB, 100 MB as a EFI partition. Okay, and one more partition is there that won't show here. It is showing here. Okay, this is 500 GB recovery partition. Okay, so Microsoft EFI having a one facility like if any bootable files are crashed, it repair itself. So startup repair it will done on itself only. So that is a one good thing about Microsoft Windows 10. Okay. Next, when I right click on it, it is showing some options. On the disk 0, I'm right click, it is showing some options. See, these are four options that are showing: convert into dynamic disk and convert into MBR. When you see this convert into MBR, it means it's a GPT disk. I didn't tell what is the difference between MBR and GPT. I told or not? Okay, I will tell anyway. Okay, this part is completed. Okay, next it is showing a basic and you can convert into dynamic, but don't convert into dynamic, not even accidentally also. If you want to do these things, MBR and dynamic things, you can add extra disk, you can do it. I will tell you how to add it. Okay, next, this is a C drive. So when I installing operating system, I didn't make any partitions. Okay, on C drive I didn't made any partitions. So okay, I took entire disk. But if you go to the C drive, here it is a C drive. It is around 59.4040 capacity, but free space is 41 GB is free space. So almost like 60 GB, 41 means 19 GB operating system alone it is taken. Okay, so free space is 40 GB. So you can see for free space is 40 GB. Now why we should leave 40 GB for C drive? In generally, don't cut the C drive. So leave the at least 200 GB for C drive in Windows operating system. Give 200 GB for C drive. Earlier days is a very less space, but for operating system and applications, you should give at least minimum 100 to 200 GB. 100 is okay. 100 for C drive is okay. 200 is better. Okay, like that. So better is 200. But we are in a practical things like how to practice and all. So we took a 60 GB, no problem, and 40 GB is a free space. So I want to take 20 GB D drive, means already D drive is there. So new drive, I will create a new partition from the existing one. So it contains, C drive contains 40 GB free. So I will create a 20 GB free space. Extra, I will divide this C drive into two parts. Right click, shrink volume. Like right click on the C drive, shrink volume. I'm going to shrink volume. So what is the shrinking means? Larger will become smaller. Shrinking means the larger will become smaller, right? That is the shrinking. uh, don't worry, like why I said a shrink meaning, English meaning, and okay. So this is a shrink. Total is a 60 GB. It is showing in MBs. Okay, available shrink space is 41 928. And also if you want to shrink entire free space, you can shrink it. Okay, after shrinking, the C drive become 18839 MB. 18839 MB. If in case you have a more space in that one, means for example you have taken a 500 GB C drive, only 500 GB, it is showing only for shrink purpose only 50 GB only. So but actually you seen there is a lot of free space is there. What to do? Better to go defragmentation. First defrag your C drive, or defrag your whatever the volume it is. First do the defragmentation, then go to the shrinking options. This is the fresh PC. Usually fragments won't be there, or maybe less, no problem. Okay, so I will go for it. What I'm going to do is I want 20 GB only. This is giving 40 GB, but I want to go for 20 GB only. I don't want 40 GB. 2048 means, what is 2048 MB means? 2 GB. 0 means 20 GB. 2048 means 2 GB. 0 means 20 GB. So I'm taking 20480 MB means it's a 2 GB. After shrinking, my C drive become 40 GB. Okay, like that. So shrink. Now can you see this is become 40 GB. This is 20 GB unallocated. Unallocated means there is no drive, no data, nothing is there. It is black in color. The black color means unallocated. You can see unallocated. Blue color means it's a primary. Primary. Next. This is 20 GB, right? So out of 20 GB, I want to create a 10 GB disk space. Out of 20 GB, I'm creating only 20 GB only. So right click on 20 GB, simple volume. Simple volume. Now it is a wizard is started. Simple volume wizard, and it will tell what is a simple wizard also. Can only be on a single disk. Okay. Next, how much GB I want to take? I want to take 10 GB only. 10240 means 10 GB. 1024 means, sorry, 1024 means to 1 MB, 1 GB. 10240 means 2 GB. It is in MB format. That's why. Next. Okay, assigning a drive letter, it is already given, and of course there is a two options are there. If you don't want to assign a drive letter, you can select this one. You can create a uh, um, partition, but you don't want a drive letter. If you don't have a drive letter, you can't access the drive. Okay, you can't access the drive directly from your my computer. You can't access drive. Okay, if you should have a drive letter. One more option is there. We can mount with to any NTFS folder also, empty folder. That is another option. Like if you open the folder and if you keep the data, the data is stored in drive only. So first time we are doing, so better not to go to these options. E drive, assign following drive letter. Next, if you don't want to give any format, then you can select this one. But I'm giving a format and a quick format. Select quick format. Don't select the second one. First one only you should be select. Quick format, very quickly it will format it. And what file system? FAT array, FAT32. Sorry, FAT array, NTFS. FAT32, FAT32, NTFS. Three formats are generally there. Because it's a 10 GB, it is showing two options. If you take less than 10 GB, you will take a thing. For example, if you take 1 GB only, then you will get like this. Because FAT support up to 4 GB, FAT32 support up to 32 GB, NTFS support more than 32 GB or to almost 2 terabytes it will support. And more than 2 terabytes also it will support. So I took this one, right? So I will put a 0 here. So I want to create a 10 GB disk. Next. NTFS. If you want to give a volume label, also you can give. So I'm giving, this is a 10 GB disk. Just for a just for normal like 10 GB disk or 10 GB volume, 10 GB volume. You can give any name just to know it. That's it. Finished. Like you are want to put all music files, music, all virtual machines in one partition. You can do it. See, this is a 10 GB volume is created. It's created very fast. 10 GB. 10 GB unallocated. 10 GB volume. 10 GB unallocated. So I'm going to this folder or Windows E. You can press Windows E for a open this PC. You can see 10 GB volume. Okay, you can right click and see the properties also. This is a 10 GB volume. How much it is? Free space like this. Okay, tools, hardware, sharing, security, quota. These options also there. Ready boost. Okay, this is a 10 GB volume. If you want to keep a files in that one, so you can able to create a files also. So like this, any file you can create it. Like I created a sum of the files. Okay, like so this volume contains some data now. I'm minimizing this one. Okay, so total size of this drive is 10 GB. This is how we can able to create a volume. This is it. Okay, next. Okay, next part. So this is how to create a partition up to that one only. So next part is I have an unallocated space. What to do? If you want to create a volume for this one, you can create it. So I'm going to create a new volume. So right click on a 10 GB. I'm going to create a 4 GB volume. Sorry, 4 GB means 4096. Okay. Um, yeah, NTFS currently. Later I will show what is the fat kind of stuff. See, when I create a 4 GB volume, then out of 10 GB, this is become 4 GB and unallocated become 6 GB. Now I want to add, now I want to add 2 GB from here to here. 2 GB from 4 GB, 6 GB unallocated to 4 GB. I want to expand 4 GB to 6 GB. So like that. So I want to add a okay. I want to add 1 GB to here. So I will add 1 GB to here. Okay, into F. F is currently 4 GB. I want to make this one as a 5 GB. I want to add 1 GB from here to here. So I right click on F drive, extended volume, extended volume. Next, so you can see 6 GB from disk 0 like this. 6 GB it is showing. How much I wanted? 1024. 1 GB only I want to add it to F drive. Next, finish. Now this is become 5 GB. Unallocated is 5 GB. Still I have a 5 GB unallocated is there. Got the point? Now I want to add a 2 GB from this unallocated to E drive. I want to add 2 GB from here to here. I want to add a 2 GB unallocated from here to here. Right click. It's not showing extended volume. Extended volume is grayed. Shrink volume is there, but extended volume is not there. Why? Why? Because of the unallocated is not adjacent to E drive. Not adjacent to E drive. It is adjacent to F drive but not adjacent to E drive. So that's why we can't able to add. Understand point? The 5 GB unallocated is not adjacent to E drive. That is a condition. I'll tell you one more point. Okay. Here E drive I'm going to shrink the volume. Okay, I will shrink 2048. 2 GB shrinking. Now can you see this is 8 GB E drive, 2 GB unallocated, F is a 5 GB and 5 GB is unallocated. Can I add this 2 GB to E drive? We can add it. So right click, you can see the extended volume. Can I add this 2 GB to F drive? Of course, extended volume is showing, but I will show you the difference. F drive, right click, extended volume. Next, it is showing 5 GB only. It is not showing this 2 GB or a total 7 GB also not showing it. It is not showing this 5 GB only showing, but it is not showing this 2 GB or total 5 plus 2 7 GB also not showing here. It means I can add this 5 GB unallocated to F drive, but I can't add this 2 GB to F drive. So for example, I'm extending that 5 GB. We'll see completed. No unallocated partition next to F drive. It is there, right? 2 GB is there. So I'm going to F drive, right click, extend volume is not showing. Why? Always the unallocated must be next to the volume. Second, always this side only. So you can decide like from your side when you see at the screen. So the volume, the unallocated should be right side. So this is a E drive, right hand side for your right hand side, not its opposite. Okay, E drive, right hand side like this side should be there. This is F volume and this is 2 GB. So this is won't added to here, this is won't added to here, but this will be added to here. Okay, this will we can able to add it. Right click on E drive, extended volume.
Sir, can we add this to unallocated GB to C drive?
If you have a two unallocated volumes, very good. mm, I took a 4096. This is a 4 GB drive and 2 GB drive and a C drive. So we can't add these things to C drive. Right click? No, we can't able to add it. We can add 2 GB to E drive. We can add 4 GB to F drive. We can't add these unallocated 4 plus 2 together. We can't do it because in middle there is a value. We can't add it because it's a disk. So these volumes are created by sector wise. So then automatically the sectors won't allocate it. For example, I want to add 2G 4 6 also. I want to make like this totally 12 GB. I can make it. How to make it? You have to delete the F drive. If I delete the F drive, then it is becomes straight line single unallocated partition. It can become single unallocated partition. So then I can add that one to E drive. Otherwise, another solution like I want to increase my C drive, E drive, unallocated. If I have a data in E drive, if I have a data in E drive, so in my E drive I have a data, right? So what I do, I'll copy all the data. So I got your question. I'll copy all the data or I back up all the data to another place. Like I'm putting in F drive now. I put the data into F drive. Now what I'm going to do is my data is safe. I'm deleting this volume 8 GB. Now 8 GB plus 2 GB become 10 GB unallocated. Now I can add this 10 GB to this one. I can add this 10 GB to C drive. Right click. So extended volume. Next 10 GB. Next finish it. Now my C drive from 40 GB to 50 GB it is created. Now I have a F drive and the 4 GB unallocated space is there. Okay, and I have a data, so I will keep the data or otherwise I will put the data back to C drive or some other location. Depends upon what how to do it. That is like that. Okay, so like that. So if you have a drive which is next to the C drive but that is non-movable, like what you can do, so you can merge it. Even my laptop, initially I have a only C drive. My sister don't know about that one. Only C drive, D drive is there. So there is a lot of drive space is required is there. So what I done, so I created two three partitions. Then I realized the partitions are become full. So what I done, so I take all the data into separate external hard disk. I merge both the data, both partitions, and then I recopy the data back. So like that I solve my problem also. I got the point, guys, how to do it, because in a real time also you will get this kind of issue. Be sensitive what you are doing. Don't do randomly. Take the backup, copy the data into external hard disk, and then you can merge the drives to get a bigger size of partition. Okay. In this case it is okay for C drive, F drive, E drive, D drive, like this. Okay. So this is how to create a partitions. Okay. This is how to create a partition, how to extend the partition, how to delete the partition, how to shrink the partition. So we seen that one. Okay. So one thing is there, like F drive. Go to the properties. It is NTFS. File system is NTFS. This is unallocated partition. I am going to create this 4 GB as a fat partition. So I'm changing. So one second, cancel this one. This is 6 GB, right? So it is very small 6 GB. Unnecessarily I done this one to explain. So I'll do from the starting, okay? Because next practical I need more drive space. So out of 6, at least I need a 4. So I'm going to shrink it again. I'll take 10 GB back. because I added 10 GB to that one, so I will take it 10 GB back. So I'll shrink 10 GB only, 10240. This is called 10 GB shrink. So I can't add a these two here. So F drive contains the data now. So the data you have to store into different drive and we can do it. But that data I created, no problem. I'm going to delete this data also. So F drive. So it contains the data. So right. Now again I'm creating from starting like out of 20 GB, 10 GB. I'm creating simple volume. I no need of creating actually. I no need to delete that one. Unnecessarily deleted. Already I unallocated is 10 GB is there, right? Okay. So okay, no problem. So what is this E drive? E drive is NTFS. Now I'm going to create a simple volume. For example, like a 4 GB or a 2 GB. We can create 2048 is enough. Okay. So just for a to see the differences only. Now I select a FAT32. You can select FAT or a FAT32. Anything is okay. I select FAT32. When I select FAT32, FAT or FAT32, can you see this is a become disabled? If I select NTFS, this is enabled. See, that option is disabled in a FAT because folder file and folder compression won't be there in FAT. Already one difference. I put a name of this drive is FAT drive. Next, finish. Okay, so this 2 GB FAT drive is a FAT32 drive. So right click, go to the properties. It's a FAT32. Okay, next I'm going to right click E drive properties. Okay, okay, so partitioning is done. So we'll see that when partition is done. E drive and F drive. This is NTFS. This is FAT. Okay, 8 GB unallocated is there. We'll see that one later. So see FAT we can't able to shrink or we can't able to extend it also. These are disabled. We can delete the value. See that is another difference. Okay, now I'm going to normal this PC thing kind of stuff. Okay, this is NTFS. Right click properties E drive, and this is F drive. Right click properties. Now I am going to minimize this one so then I can show you two things here. This is F drive. This is E drive. Is anybody can this is NTFS. This is FAT. Look at these tab buttons and tell me what are the things in NTFS which is not there in a FAT. General tab is there, tools tab is there,
Quota, security,
yes,
quota.
quota and security. Very good. Quota and security is not there in a FAT drive. So that is first two differences. Okay, very good guys. So I will explain each one next. This is E drive. E drive means NTFS drive. I'm going to create a file in this one. So I'm going to create a file. So some file name. Right click on the file and go to the properties. Can you see security tab is there? Details, previous version. Security tab and details and previous version. And also there is an advanced button. If I go to advanced button, you can see file is ready for archiving. Allow this indexed in addition to file properties. Compress or encrypt attributes. Encrypt, encrypt, compress. File archiving, indexed, compress, encrypt. So these options are showing here, and security tab is also showing here for file. And also I'm going to F drive. F drive is nothing but a FAT drive. FAT file system we are using, of course. Right click, go to create a new file, any file. file or folder, anything, no problem. Go to the properties of, guys, when you go to the properties, make sure you click on it. Once click it, it will show the highlighted one. And keep your arrow on this one only. Some people will do like this. They right click here, they right clicking on here, go to the properties. What properties it is showing? F colon properties. It is your drive properties. Okay, if you click on here and right click, go to the properties, it is showing your file properties. Okay, it is showing your file name here, hhh properties. Understand, sometimes we do mistakes that lead to wrong way of practice will happens. No problem, because we are in a virtual machine anyway. But you learn differently, like you learn from the practice. But you wrongly learning, you wrongly do is okay, no problem, if you realize. But you are learning from it is wrong way, that is very dangerous, right? So that's the point. See, the only three tabs are there. Security tab is missing here because ntfs don't have security. Advanced, here two things are not there. See, it is index option is showing indexing. Archiving is there, but indexed, that option is disabled. Grade. Compress also grade. Of course, in a traditional FAT file system won't support encryption, but it is supporting in Windows 10. I am seeing this thing in a Windows 10 only. Okay, encryption part. Okay, normally I'm just most of the practical non-Windows 10 base means general base. Okay, so indexing. Compression is disabled. It means FAT don't have security, indexed, compress. Of course, FAT don't have a encryption option also not there, but in Windows 10 it is coming because for security reasons. Cancel and do it. So this is a way we can understand the differences, and I will going to list out that differences. Okay. So how we done a partitioning? I didn't write on the text file. So disk management. So then I went to C drive, right click. After right click, shrink sh ri nk, shrink volume. Then in a shrink volume, I shrink 20 GB, 2048 480 MB. Okay, this is I shrinked it, right? So I created a volume. So un unallocated, so 20 GB volume, unallocated volume. So what I done? So again I right click. So create new simple volume. I created a new simple volume. So I next then I specified 10 GB 10240 MB. Okay, volume. So file system I use NTFS file system. Okay, now it is I created a what I created 10 GB volume I created. Next. Again on unallocated 10 GB volume is there. Okay, remaining 10 GB volume. Okay, so right click, new simple volume. Shrink extended already I told, so I'm not putting here. But you have to watch the video to practice if you are missing. Otherwise, if you written, that is a very good one. But understand what is a shrink, extended volume, simple volume, and all. Okay. So I created a something 2 GB. So 2 GB means 2048 MB, okay, fat volume, fat file system. Okay, so I created a 2 GB volume. So this is the thing. Okay. Next, what is this fat and NTFS? Both are nothing but file system. In Windows, we use FAT and NTFS file system. Mostly from almost XP, and after XP also we are using NTFS only because of the features. Okay, what is the difference between FAT and NTFS? In generally, FAT support maximum volume is 4 GB. Okay, support up to 4 GB. But there is a not only FAT, it is FAT 32 is also there. That's why I put it two times. It support up to 32 GB. Next, NTFS support more than 32 GB. Okay, and some places they said up to 2 terabytes. But that because of version of operating system, it support, and also it support more than 2 terabytes. Okay, so volume sizes whatever it is there, fat we cannot store. Okay, so here leave it. In a fat, whether it is fat or fat 32, cannot store big files. In single large files you can't do it. For example, you downloaded Windows 10, right? It's a 5.2 or 5.5 big GB is right. So one ISO image, it's a very big one. For example, you have a pen drive. You want the pen drive is formatted with fat. You have a pen drive. Okay, for example, you have a pen drive, and the pen drive is in a fat format, usually fat 32 format. If you have a 16 GB pen drive, you have a 16 GB pen drive. Okay, it is in fat format. Now you want to copy your Windows 10 ISO image. What is the size? It's almost 5.2 GB, right? It's around 5.2 GB. So it will tell the pen drive is free, means pen drive don't have a, like pen drive contains something like 10 GB free space, but it will tell no free space. Okay, what you will get? So while you are copying, so what you will get? No free space. Okay, so why? Because of cannot store big files. That is because of it. So what you have to do? Format your pen drive or anything pen drive. Okay, format your pen drive with NTFS. I think you know how to format it. If you don't know, I will tell. So two ways of format. Command prompt is there, normal format. Right click on the pen drive, format. So select the NTFS and convert into NTFS. Okay. Actually, guys, we have to convert format into NTFS. NTFS format. That is a correct sentence. Okay. So this is will happen in that one. Next, of course, one more thing. You have a before going to NTFS thing. Okay, so we'll see the file system. FAT NTFS. We know that one now. But FAT has a column. We cannot store the big files, right? You have a mobile phone with a memory cards, right? Memory cards or a flash drives. Okay, flash drives, memory cards. Earlier days, if to purchase a 2 GB flash cards or a 2 GB pen drive is also very difficult. I purchased a 2 GB pen drive with 600 rupees from that eBay. I go to eBay office. We paid amount and they given 1 week or 2 weeks. They given. So there is some scam is there, but so we got it. Finally, we got a 2 GB flash drive, means pen drive, and memory cards also very difficult to buy. Now we have a flash drives more than 32 GB, right? Okay, flash drives usually formatted with a FAT32 only. Okay, but nowadays our pen drives are our flash drives are 32 GB, 64 GB is available, 128 GB is available. Okay, so when I purchase a 32 GB internal memory, I put a 32 GB externally. When I purchase last mobile phone, that is 64 external, I added it. I'm using mobile phone now. It is 128 GB, 256 GB memory cards also available. 512 GB memory cards are also available. Even mobile phone support, right? So see guys, so FAT support only 32 GB. Okay, fat support only 32 GB. Second one is but now memory cards are size is very big now, because everything we put it in a memory card only, right? Your pictures, videos, everything, music files, we are putting a memory card, and the memory card is a fat 32. And next, we are getting a video sizes nowadays also very big, right? So video size one single large, like a 4K videos, 4K display mobile phones are there, 4K videos, MKB files, okay, full HD or that kind of mobile file, right? So big in size, like sometimes 2.5 GB, 1.5 GB, 1 GB, 4 GB, the different sizes we are getting. So that's why we are getting new file system for memory card called exFAT. exFAT is fat file system only for memory cards mainly. Okay, so it is the size support is heavy. The solution is exFAT. If you see any new mobile phone, insert a memory card, it will format immediately. And if you see the memory card file format is exFAT file format. So exFAT support big big size files. You can go to internet and how much size it will support also. Big size files you can support, like a video files and all it support, and um, big size files, and as well as memory card sizes also, or flash drive sizes also. Okay, different sizes like a 128 GB or as like this it will support. So someone send a message. You are running out of your data, so then what I recharge.
Correct, 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. Okay. Oh, okay. So one more file system is there, that is called REFS. It is like REFS. This is a resilient file system. Resilient file system. So I will show you REFS. Okay, resilient file system. What is this resilient file system? Okay, so it is introduced by Microsoft from Windows 8 onwards. Okay, so resilient file system. What is it will do? So it use CRC. It use CRC. What is CRC? Cyclic redundancy check. Cyclic redundancy check. You know already that one. Cyclic redundancy check. It use a cyclic redundancy check to keep the data safe. Data is copying, data is moving, okay, right? Like data is right, data may corrupted. So what it will do, when you put a data, immediately a CRC value will be, it run a CRC algorithm and it create a CRC value. So it will verify data is stable or corrupted after a regular interval time. So it make data safe. Okay. So it prevent data damage, prevent the data from damaging things. So REFS. REFS also won't give you NTFS wise properties, but it support big size files, big data, 2 terabyte, 4 terabyte of a big partition sizes. It support disk sizes and partition sizes also support, but it won't get a NTFS features. I'm going to last point is NTFS features. Um, what are the NTFS features? Or a disk quota. Disk quota. Quota means here it is disk quota. It support disk quota. What is a disk quota? For example, I have a 200 GB disk is there, like a D drive. I have a D drive, 200 GB disk is there. I have another user, means my brother is there. For example, I don't have a brother. Brothers are there, all are cousin brothers. Okay, okay. Usually like a brothers. It's little brothers also always a nasty people. Okay, because I know, because I'm also little brother to my elder sister. Okay, so what I do, what this guy is doing is keep on putting a data into 200 GB. So my 200 GB become full. So what I have to do, I will assign only a 20 GB. I only give 20 GB to other user. Okay, so other user. So what happened when he log in, he can see only 20 GB for a D drive, and also he can keep the data up to 20 GB only. He cannot put a more than that one. So this is called a disk quota. Next, you have to complete fast. Okay. Index. Index is there. Indexing or index. What is index or indexing means? When you search for a files, for example, I want to search for a file like a day 3. So a lot of day 3 things are showing, right? See it is. Why, how to it will display day 3 kind of stuff? Because of indexing. It index the data, so it is very easy to search a file the with the different formats. Okay, like you want to search a .txt format, you want to search PDF file, or you want to search a .iso image file, like that. By based on the file formats or based on the file names, it is index. It index and keep it inside your system. Faster you can able to search, and faster you can able to get the data. So like your textbook indexing, it will indexing. You can go to control panel, there you can see indexing options also. Indexing option is there, so go to indexing option in the control panel, you will understand that one. Okay, next, compress. Compressing the data. So you want to keep the data, huge file is there, you can compress it in the drive, you can store it, but in generally don't do the compression. So keep the data normal size only, don't do compression, but compression feature is there in a NTFS. And quota is very important, indexing is common one, compress don't do it. So quota, okay. Security. Security permissions are security also there in a NTFS. Lot of people think NTFS has a security, so then a virus won't attack on a NTFS file system. It is completely wrong. There is no involvement of virus or antivirus. It's completely different from this security. This security is a permissions. Like for example, I have a file. The file name is like this. I given a read permission yellow and write deny. Okay, so I given a user can able to read and write is a deny means a user can able to read it but cannot able to write it. You see already permissions in a Linux like a read write permissions. Same thing is like that for a particular user. You can able to give read permissions, write permissions, read and write deny permission, read and write yellow permissions also you can give. So that is a security. Accessing a file system access permissions is a security. Next one is encrypt. Okay, so next one is encrypt. It encrypt the data into different format style like with a different encryption techniques like a SSA1 or SSA2, SSA1024, SSA512. Different encryption techniques are there. We'll see that one, what encryption technique Microsoft Windows 10 is doing. So it encrypt the data, so then other users cannot access your data because of they don't have a encrypted key. If they need an encrypted key to decrypt the data, so you keep your encrypted key, you don't share it. So if your other user don't have a key, so they can't able to decrypt it. That is also we can do practical. We can do this practical quota security encryption also, but we don't have a time. We are already 10:08. Okay, so any doubts? Please ask me. Any issues? Okay,
Uh, Sir, hello.
yeah, tell me.
Uh, During switching of the physical machine,
Hmm.
we have to log off from virtual machine means we have to sign it out or we can shut down it.
Okay, I got it. You want to shut down? Very good question. You want to shut down your laptop, right? Before
Yes, sir.
the laptop shut down, what to do? You have to go to VM and shut down your virtual machine. I will show you that one. First, shut down first virtual machine. Then you can shut down your physical machine. Okay. Is that a question or any other question?
Sir, Windows 10, virtual Windows 10.
Yeah, virtual Windows 10. If you want to
Yes.
shut down your physical machine, before that one, shut down your virtual machine. That is one point.
Okay. Yes.
I think um, you're asking a different question like if in case my laptop having a different accounts, my laptop has one account only. For example, if I have a two accounts, I'm running my virtual machine. I'm going to run another one means my physical machine. I'm logging out. In that situation, also better to shut down your virtual machine only. Okay, don't run the virtual machine if you are not using. If you are switching the your physical machine account or you are shutting down your physical machine, please shut down the virtual machine. Okay. In virtual machine
Okay.
account switching, you don't need to do it. So here we can switch anything, no problem. But when you do anything with the physical machine, you are shutting down your physical machine, shut down the virtual machine also. That is also I will show you now. So click here, can shut down. Shut down here like this only. Lot of people will do by clicking on cross mark. Don't do it. Try to habituate it to shut down normally. It will take a 1 minute time. So what is happening? So you already shut down. See like shut down, then close clearly. No need to do it. Okay. Shut down your virtual machine. But whatever you do inside a virtual machine, there is no involvement of your physical machine. Okay. But if you want to shut down your virtual machine or you are switching the account, so better to shut down the virtual machine. So you won't get a little bit problem. If you got any problem, no problem, you can ask me. Okay, guys, this is it for today, and I'm going to